God makes the decision, I need to turn around. And it is that Jesus makes up in his mind. He says, I would rather give it up than it is I sit here in subjection to being separate from the Father. He says he calls out for a drink, and he says, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. I give up. I can't fight this fight no more. I can't be in a place where I'm separate from you. I can't go further along in life when I cannot connect to God. Anybody ever in the room been in a place like that before, where it is the place God allows you to be makes you further from him? But if you ever need resounding testimony to know that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord. So if you love him, even though you may be in a dark place, hear me now, even though you may be in a dark place, God will allow the darkness to bring you out into more light. As it is, he had to go through death, hell, and the grave in order to receive the keys, not for his behalf, not because of anything he did, but because I am his child who he sacrificed himself for. So when it comes to the arbitrary table, the negotiation depiction between God and Satan, when it is that we subject ourselves to a sinful lifestyle which pays us in death, God sits on the other end of the table and decides he's going to come up with a settlement that it is he would win his adopted children back. And the devil looks at him and says, there's nothing going to be good enough that I'd give him back to you except for your only son. I know this is in the Bible. This is my story. It is that God wouldn't take a minute, wouldn't take a moment, wouldn't take a second breath. It's that it is before the devil could even get all the answers out of his mouth that God already agreed, sign his name to the deed, would sign it to the contract, and believe on today that he did it just for you and he did it just for me. So it would hurt him to see Jesus in a hurtful place. What is though it's temporary, it still hurts. The pain of what you're going through right now is only temporary, I know. But that don't mean it don't hurt. I know that I'm not subjected to live like this forever. We're not subjected to this kind of injustice, this kind of violence, this kind of mind manipulation forever. These kind of distractions forever. My God, but it still hurts. And believe you me, when those moments where you find yourself where you cannot find God, believe that God feels it. That he stands in a position to help you, but in helping you, it would hurt you more in the end. So God has to let you go through some stuff so that you'll learn how not to put yourself in relationships like that again. God will let you go through a hurtful place and not help you in it so that you can learn why not to trust certain people again, why not to give certain folks stuff again, why not to put yourself in predicaments like that again. You have to be hurt in order to be helped in the end. So there's my son has to go to school. I have to leave. I have to walk away. Whole ride on the car back, I'm emotional. I get a phone call and she's like, he's fine. He calmed down. He's playing with the rest of the kids. He is okay now. Can I tell you on today that it is that when Jesus would yell to his Father, it's finished. That was his phone call from earth or back to heaven to let God know it's done. They're fine. Everything's going to work out in their favor. That it is God is moving on your behalf to let you know on today, as serve of confirmation. Does anybody need a sign on the room on today? Here's your sign. God says you will be okay. Everything is going to work out for your favor. It's going to work out for your good. Know that it may not feel good while you're going through it, but you have to trust the testing in the process. Is that no test God would ever put on you is meant, is formed, is developed to take you out. But for the testing of your faith, builds patience. The trying of your faith builds this patience. So that when it is you come to tribulation, when you come to trouble, when you would be suppressed under trials, that when the devil comes knocking, you're found not lacking anything. That it is God is missioning you to be in a place where it is everything you're going through is going to end up to be your testimony in the end. It's how can you tell me I'm going to be okay? Because I've been in a place where it was I didn't even know I would live. I didn't even think I would make it out all right. I've been in a place where it is I should have got more time. I should have been subjected to worse outcomes. But it is that for the trying of your faith, build this patience to wait on the Lord to deliver you out of it in the end. I push you into a place on the day where it is you can believe God again, where you can trust your Father again. What is when you find yourself in situations that are too hard, can I tell you on today, it is God just waits for you to call on him. He waits for you to call his name, to cry out to him. He waits for you. My God, there's some stuff we could have been out a long time ago if you would just call on him first. It is that he wants to be closer to you than anybody. He says, I want you to treat me like I'm your daddy here on earth. That it is when your mother and your father would forsake you. He said, I'd never leave you, that I'm always there. Is that, my God, if I could put you down to sleep in your sinful state and still wake you up when you're subjected to dying? He says, there is nothing I can't do. And if you don't trust that, he said, I would even lay my life down in place of yours, and then raise myself so that we can be together again. Listen, there's not anything, no place, no situation, no circumstance you could ever find yourself in that would put you in a place where God would give up on you. I don't care what they say. I don't care what you read. I don't care what they preach to you. Listen to me. I'd never leave my son. If I ever thought he was in a situation where it is he needed my help, there ain't no truck, there ain't no wall, there ain't no person, there ain't no building, there ain't nothing that could keep me from him. God is saying that to you on today. What then can separate you from the love of God? Can neither life nor death nor principalities nor heaven nor hell, God says in Romans. Nothing can separate you when it is you need God to perform. God is always showing up. He's just waiting on you to call on him. Listen, I push you into that prosperous place on today where it is that the favor of God is going to shine on your behalf. That on this faithful Friday, may God make his favor shine all over your life on today. That I push you into projection, projecting, prophesying, receive this power. That it is God is going to move in your behalf on today. I pray that he does something wonderful unto you, that it may not be your time to receive the favor because you haven't been in the right place in fairity. But it is God says he's forgetting fair on today, that God is doing something in your favor because he's your Father. My God, that's good for somebody in the room on today, because there's a lot of stuff that we deserve to be subjected to, from karma, from being bad to the children of God, to putting ourselves in a place where we talk bad about folk, where we put our mouths on, put our hands on folk. It's that you've mistreated a child of God, but it is because you are his child too. He says, I'm not going to let you reap everything you've sown in this season, that the favor of God is still over your life. He says, I am a forever Father. That it is, I would always at any point in time come to your rescue if you need me. Listen, believe that on today, that if you have not tried him, I don't know what kind of God y'all serve, but if you have not tried the Father, I pray you try God on today. Is that he will forever make a way. I pray this has blessed somebody in the room on today. I encourage you on today that God loves you. You already know I love you. But God loves you. Enveloping that today, dwelling that today, is that whatever you do, wherever you go, whatever you say, speak, pray, or whatever, know that God loves you beyond condition. It's unconditional. You could never do anything to be separate from the love of God. Know that today. I need you to encourage somebody on today. Let them know that they're loved as well. Make sure you do that. Be intentional about that, because you never know what anybody else is going through. Listen, I pray you guys have a wonderful Friday, that you be good and be blessed. And we'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have a good one.